Hey guys, and welcome back to Rainbow Ink. It is spooky season, Halloween season, and a while back I did a official / non-official Disney princess video. It's time for the villains now. And let me tell you, there's a lot on this list. I want to say this is the third most character list that I'm doing for a video at a whopping 42 villains. Probably third place, since first and second place will always go to Stitch and his cousins, parts 1 and part 2 respectively. Since we do have a lot of villains, some of them are not going to get a definitive answer. A lot's going to get bunched together if I think they should go in the same place. So I'm not going to show the cards, since we have a lot of those characters. They're on the screen. Go from there, and yeah, if I mispronounce any of these characters, I apologize in advance. I suck pronounce names. There is one thing I should mention before we start. There is one villain, one notorious villain in Disney lore that I'm not sorting, which is Hades, on the account of fact of, well, Cabin 13 Hades. Do I think he will go in there, even though he is Hades? No. I do not plan on ever doing a Hercules, should be named Heracles, sorting video. I plan on never doing that. That seems like torture to me. Anyways, guys, let's put on our witches' hats, grab our staffs, and pick your poison of choice, and let's jump right in the sortings. I think I'm going to keep this on for the rest of the video now. I love having that dramatic scripted scene I just had, and then I just say, I'm going to keep this on for the rest of the time now. I love that. Okay, so, first up, our first ever villain in the Disney lore. I think Pete may have became before, which later. The Evil Queen! And I can think of two places to put her. That either being Hecate, because it's like, yes, she is a witch, magic, poison. And then Aphrodite, because she wants to be the fairest of them all. She cares about beauty and wanting to be the fairest, the beautiest, and all that stuff. So I'm at a crossroads. Like I said, not every character is getting a definitive answer. Evil Queen included. So either Cabin 20 Hecate or Cabin 10 Aphrodite. 10 cabins apart. Next up we have a duo, hopefully I'm saying this right, Cherubug, he's from Fantasia, and Dr. Laphilius, kind of for different reasons, but also kind of not. So both of these characters have dark, shadowy forces. Can you see where I'm going? One's also listed as the Shadow Man, the other one looks like a gargoyle. Devil thing. So I know I said earlier, with Hades not being in here, the character Hades from Hercules should be Heracles, it's not in here. But the Greek god Hades from Percy Jackson, aka Cabin 13, is here, so I'm gonna put them both in Cabin 13. That would be fun for Nico. I don't know how much you would like Dr. Phyllis, but I think it'd still be fun. Roommates! Oh my goodness gracious. Next up is Captain Hook from Peter Pan. I'm already thinking of two places to put him. Ares, because he is very, very ruthless and doesn't give a crap about people or even his own crew and stuff like that. And Nemesis, because he is always wanting revenge on Peter Pan, mainly since Peter did cut off his hand and he's very vengeful and wants revenge on Peter Pan for that. So, yeah. Cabin 5 Ares or Cabin 16 Nemesis. Either or can work for me. Okay. Next up is Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. Again, I have two places where I want to put her. One for like kind of what she is, but kind of also what she's not, because technically she isn't a witch, which is Hecate. Maleficent isn't technically a witch, she's a dark fae, which is a dark fairy. And then Nemesis, because she's spiteful that she didn't get an invitation, and she's taking her revenge out on Aurora for that per se. So either one can work like personality-wise and also physical character-wise. Since Hecate and Nemesis are added on at the end of the last one and the beginning of the Lost Books, they're in a single card here. So yeah, Cabin 20 Hecate and also Cabin 16 Nemesis. Sorry, they're in the same card, so we're only holding up one card when it should be two. Just imagine there's two cards. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. This is only the fifth character, and I'm not going crazy, I promise. Anyways, okay, so for this next group, it's with 6 different characters. Technically 7, since 2 characters I lumped together. Cruella de Vil, Honest John, Pete from Mickey and Friends, who's technically, I guess, Disney's first villain, Igor, Madame Medusa, and Siamese, which is the Siamese cats from Lady and the Tramp. So, down right to it to all these characters, they're either very greedy, they're thieves, they're tricksters, they pretty much do things to get other people in trouble, they're con men, stuff like that. let's go through the list. Cruella de Vil, she is both greedy, she's wanting like the puppies to turn them into a coat. And also she does steal them. Pete, very greedy, loves money, stuff like that. Honest John, con man. Siamese, or just, let's be honest, little jerks, are pulling jokes and pranks and stuff and blaming her. Igor, he's very greedy, he wants money, it's literally, he gets rid of the cats and aristocrats. And finally, same way with Madame Medusa from the Rescuers, she's very greedy, money-wise. Stuff like that. Literally, she kidnaps an orphan to go get a diamond for her. So where are we going with this? For me, it's Captain Lemon Hermes because of like the greediness, the connery, the stealing, the thievery, the jokes or prankery, and blaming someone else as well, which was kind of the thing of Hermes. Siamese, I'm pulling at straws, but everyone else, yeah, Hermes. Okay, so for this next character in my original sorting videos, this was the character where there was a discussion in the first video in the comments, but that video accidentally got deleted by YouTube, so I had to repost it, and the comments got lost. This is Ursula, and in my original sorting video, the very first one where Ursula was mentioned, I had either thought of Poseidon or Hecate. I still think those ones, and now a third, which is Hermes. Let's go through it. Hecate, because of course, magic, she is the sea wit. Poseidon, because, well, she literally is a giant octopus woman. She lives in the ocean, and I know originally, like, she was supposed to be Poseidon's daughter in the film. She was supposed to be Trident's sister, but that didn't happen. And then finally, Hermes, because she is a businesswoman, deal maker, con artist lady, where she does make deals. It's just, it backfires in the recipient's face, where she wins. So, it's one of those three. Like I said, originally, she was supposed to be the daughter of, well, Neptune, aka the Roman version of Poseidon, and was supposed to be King Trident's sister. But that didn't happen. That was on the cutting room floor. And technically the term the Sea Witch does come from mythology, not, well, Greek mythology, unless you're counting Circle and Hecate for that regard, but I believe it comes from more Celtic and, like, folktale, mainly, mythologies, and stuff like that. So anyways, when it comes to drastic personalities and what they do in their movie or show or anything else, I am terrible when it comes to that. So we are just... And I'm just gonna hold up 3 cards. This is a mess. Whenever I have 3 cards, it's always a mess. I only limit myself usually for like these type of videos 3. I don't usually like trying to do more than 3 because it's just a mess holding up 3 cards as it is. Think what happens when you're trying to hold up like 4 or more. So that's why I cut myself off at 3. So either way, Poseidon, because like she does live in the ocean and she is part octopus, she's an octopus woman. And also Sea Witch is in the name of that. Then Hermes for like her businesswoman aspect of it. And then Cabin 20, Hecate because like witch. So yeah, this is a mess. We're just gonna state that now. This is a giant mess. Apologies in advance if the angles seem off. Camera battery died because I didn't check it before filming. Our next character is Jafar, another set of 3 that I think he can go into. The theme because he is very cunning and planning and he is smart. Aries because he is very ruthless and stuff like that. And Nike because he wants the throne. That is his version of winning and he pretty much won't stop until he gets it. So yeah, I'm sorry. Either or can work like for that. So like Cabin 5 Aries, Cabin 6 Athena, and Cabin 17 Nike. Cards don't want to debate with me today. They don't want to be nice. I guess they don't like me after saying everything's a mess. It's still a mess. Everything is still a mess. So there's that. Help me out on this one. Tell me where you think he should go, where his definitive answer is. Okay, next up is Scar from The Lion King. I have, again, this time it's only 2 places instead of 3, thank goodness for that. So first up is Aries, because he is very ruthless and, like, doesn't care nature. Like, he doesn't care about his lackeys and, like, doesn't care about his quote-unquote people and all this stuff. And Nike, because, again, he wants the throne. He wants to be king of the Pride Lands and everything like that. So I can see either or happening, per se. So, again, we're gonna pull up these two cards. Mine is Athena, Cabin 5 Aries, and Cabin 17 Nike. Again, either or can work. I know whenever I do, like I'm pronouncing, whenever I do Nike and like and explain, oh, that's their form of victory. It kind of is really like they'll stop at nothing to get it, and I believe these two like contrast each other really well in that regard. Since he wants the throne and everything else, and like Ruthless literally kills his own brother, so and pins it on his nephew. Okay, next up is Lady Tremaine from Cinderella. Again, I have two places where I want to put her. Aphrodite, because she does like care about her image, herself. In that regard, she's selfish. And also Hera, because she does care somewhat about her daughters. Like, not Cinderella, but like her actual daughters is the one she cares about. Anastasia and Drizella. Where, in that regard, where, remember, Athena is the goddess of family and marriage and stuff. Even though Hera is the worst. And technically, in Cinderella, Lady Tremaine is the worst. She sucks. Because she's the villain of the story and everything else. So I think either or could work per se in that regard. So either Cabin 2 Hera or Cabin 10 Aphrodite. Like image wise for Aphrodite and like stuff like that. And then Hera because she does care about her daughters, her actual daughters per se and stuff like that. I know there is like a third option which is Hermes because with the greediness of like wanting money to have a better life per se, but I don't think that qualifies enough for it. Alright, here we go once more. Madame Mimi from Sword in the Stone. Again, I have two places where I want to put her. And I believe these were the two same ones that I was fighting back and forth in my mind in the Sword in the Stone sorting video to begin with, which was Hecate because she is a witch, she is magic, and Nike because she does have like that competitive streak with Merlin and like proving, oh, she's the best and like all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure in that original video I did pick Nike per se versus like her being a witch, so yeah, either or could work here. But anyways, Cabins 20 and 17, I'm only holding up one card because they're both in the same one, because again, these two were, again, Cabins 13 through 20 were added on at the end of The Last Olympian, the beginning of the Lost Hero books. So there's that. Imagine I'm holding two cards. Just imagine. It's fine. Okay, next up, finally, a group. So we got, this is our most group that we've had, which has 8 characters in it. We have Hopper, Shere Khan, wait, I said that right? Almost Slade, the Horn King, Commander, Elias Tobias, Rourke, Clayton, Shen Yu, and Sebald. Hopefully I said all of those correctly. So all in all, the biggest contender, a reason why all these guys put together is because either their war abilities or they're just ruthless. Probably the latter, probably the ruthless part. So I already know where I want to put them there. And when I mean more, I mean the dumb side of war, the more bloody and more vicious and more destructive side of war, which is Cabin 5 Aries. I'm not saying anyone's dumb, just saying that technically Aries' thing. He's considered dumb war while he's a smart war, but it's more the brutal side of war, more the clean side of war. Moving forward, I should probably say that when discussing Aries and Athena. Okay, next up, single character. I'm just going to be completely honest, this is going to be real quick because there's barely anything to this character because his movie sucks. King Magsisto from Wish. Like I stated, Wish flopped. We really don't know much about this character. He becomes the magic mirror, supposedly in the lore, and let's be honest, Disney dropped the ball very much for their 100th year of Disney, and like that whole year, I'm sorry, sucked. So I already know where I want to put him. Literally, this guy kind of really doesn't have that much status. He's pretty much one-dimensional, like yeah, kind of power hungry and stuff, so, but that feeds into, like, he can do magic, so Cabin 20, Hecate, yeah, I'm sorry, we don't have much related fully go on, like, we know his backstory, like, oh, like, ravished his family's dead, and he just wanted to, but he keeps everyone's wishes to himself, and doesn't actually help people, per se. They make it to where, like, oh, it helps him instead. All in all, Wish was a good movie. Knowing that sooner or later I'm gonna probably have to do a sorting video on that movie, and it's not going to be fun. I'm sorry, it's not. So yeah, Cabin 6 Hecate for that one. Whenever that video comes around, you'll hear me bash more about that movie. Anyways, next up, we have another group. Okay, so for this next group, there's 3 people. It's kind of straightforward with these 3. It's Gaston, is it Uzma? Is that how you pronounce it? And Chuck Hicks. These characters are all about me. They're like, they care about their looks. They care about themselves and themselves only. I already know where I want to put them, which is Cabin 10. Aphrodite. I know not all Aphrodite kids are like that. Case in point with Piper. I do that every time. But Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty, mainly. So, and she cares about her looks and like stuff like that. Like outward appearance, literally. Case in point with Gaston. So there's that. Another group, just 2 characters. Henry J. Waternose from Monsters Inc. and I'm going to mispronounce this. Zimdome from Incredibles. Down right to it, they're masterful planners. They're smart. They're quote-unquote fighters, especially with Sandra knows how to fight somewhat, but they're smart in that regard where they're putting up all of this plan in like this face and like they're cunning and they have this plan to either get rid of all the heroes with syndrome or have good intentions by keeping the city afloat with Waternose, but still being very horrible people as well. I know where I would like to put them, which is Cabin 6 Athena. They are both smart, and they are both like have a plan. They are cunning and stuff too. So there's that. And also another thing with Syndrome is he did make all the robots and like all his little gadgets and stuff. I think that should be another plan on top of there. I know making things is also more of a Hephaestus thing, but also technology base is more Athena, so in my opinion, so there's that. Okay, next up is another group of characters, only 2 this time. It is Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas and the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. These guys are nuts. They are crazy. They are loose cannons. They are mad. And I know where I want to put them immediately already, which is Cabin 12, Dionysus. Like, Dionysus is the god of madness, which is very fun to the other than, like, alcohol and parties, and, like, literally, they're both, like, loose cannons, like, literally, especially with the Queen of Hearts, like, off with her head, like, that crazy insaneness of the two, like, where you don't know what they're gonna do next in that regard, so there's that. Okay, next, this is a single character, I'm saying this right, Ernesto de la Cruz, literally the villain in Coco. So I have 2 places where I want to put him, but Ernesto de la Cruz is a musician and does have some musical talents when he's not stealing songs and stuff, and also, like, wanting to be the best musician, which, to me, wanting to be the best being that's their victory, like I've stated before, is Nike. So, 2 places I'm thinking are Cabin 7 Apollo because of the musicality, and then Cabin 17 Nike, another one which is 10 away from each other, which is hilarious. Granted, there's another one saying like Hermes because he is a thief per se, because he does steal Mesto's music. So there's that. Take what you will. Help me in the comments below. Alright, okay, next up is, funnily enough, another group of characters. I'm only again 2 this time. It's Bowler Hat Guy from Meet the Robinsons and Professor Callahan, or Yuki, from Big Hero 6. And I know where I want to put these guys. I know they have character growth and development throughout their movies, but their main purpose is get revenge. Bowler Hat Guy to get revenge on Lewis, and Professor Callahan to get revenge on Cray for what happened with his daughter, and the goddess of revenge is what we are gonna go with, which is Cabin 16, Nemesis. She's the goddess of revenge. Both these characters want revenge. Again, I know they kind of give up on their revenge towards the end, and like Nigamens and stuff too. Especially Callahan when he gets his daughter back, and Bowler Hat when Lewis finally like figures out, oh, this is why you hate me. I'm sorry. And also Lewis fixes it to where he wakes them up when they're kids and stuff. So Cabin 16, Nemesis. Okay, next up is Governor Rathriff from Pocahontas, and I have two places where I want to put him. Aries, because he is, like, very ruthless and doesn't care about human life or anything like that, and Hermes, because he is very greedy. He wants the land, and because he can sell it for money, and stuff like that. So, it's one of those two places for me, no offense. So, either Cabin 5 Aries, like, for the ruthless war side of him, because it's he has battles and stuff as well, and doesn't care about human life or anything like that, or the planet in general as well. Or Cabin 11 Hermes, because he's greedy and wants the land and money and stuff. So there's that. One of those two. Next up is Judge Crawfollow. Hopefully I said that right. So this one's gonna sound weird of who I'm thinking. I'm thinking of Hera, because yes, he is cunning, but he has to have an outwards appearance of a priest, caring about his people, and in his mind, getting rid of the gypsies, and everything else is helping his people, because he thinks gypsies are witches, because it goes against his religion, and stuff like that, and he does somewhat care about Quasimodo, just a little bit. He pretty much raised him, and yes, he covered him from the world, and made him figure it outside and stuff, and like that. So yeah, it's not a strong argument, because part of me doesn't know where to put him. You guys tell me in the comments below what you guys think, but for the moment, I'm gonna put in Cabin 2 Hera. Just for the moment. I'm sorry. Okay, I believe this is our final group. It's a group of 3. We have Reno Briggs from Monsters, Inc., we have Prince Hans from Frozen, and we have King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph. What these 3 guys have in common is they want their own form of victory, or they're just competitive. Reno Briggs is just competitive, let's be honest. He's competitive with Sally, trying to be the best monster, and also, that's his form of victory. And, Hans, his form of victory is just being his own king, being his own castle, since he's, 13th in line, so he's not gonna be king anytime soon. Granted, there's also another thing, saying how cunning he is, Athena, and everything else, but that's besides the point. And King Candy, he wanted to prove he is the best racer. He is the best in general. Again, another thing with King Candy that can work out is Aphrodite, which is look at me persona, where it has to be all about me and everything else. But either they want to be the best / they're competitive, or they're looking for one specific thing and they have to get it. That's their drive of the movie / show that they're in. So, Cabin 17 Nike, it's their victory. They're competitive. I feel like on these last couple ones, it's just gonna get slower and slower on the conversation of them. There's that. I think we only have 2 characters left. Thank goodness. Okay, our second to last character is Captain Gantu from, Lilo and Stitch, almost everything except the live action movie, which sucked. And I have 2 places where I want to put him. They're both war-based. So Athena or Ares. Athena, because he is a straightforward on his mission, capture Stitch. Or when he's working for Hamster Wheel, capture the experiments. That is his plan. That is what he is supposed to do. He was originally a captain, per se, and then everything falls apart, and Ares rears its head, and he just doesn't care for human life, or doesn't care for people. Mostly in general, he can be very ruthless and heartless at times. Granted, in the series, he kind of mellows out, but still, he has very much still hatred in his heart, and still can be very ruthless and stuff like that. So, either way, it's a war aspect thing, because he is a captain. That's another thing I very much threw in for this per se. So either Cabin 5 Aries or Cabin 6 Athena. I think he can go either way. I'm sorry, but I think he can. So there's that. And then, finally, our last character, which is Mother Gothel. And I have 2 places where I want to put her. They're kind of for similar reasons, per se, which is Aphrodite, because she cares about her beauty and, her outwards appearance. And hear me out, Hebe. Hebe is the goddess of youth. She wanted to keep her youthful vision. That's why I said they kind of go hand in hand a couple minutes ago, where it happens. But don't get me wrong, she is a terrible person. She does kidnap Rapunzel. She partly cares for her like her own daughter, but also is very verbally abusive and manipulative to her. So there's a conversation for Hera. But anyways, I think because they go hand in hand so much, no offense, I really think Kevin 10 Aphrodite and Kevin 18 Hebe would work out. They go hand in hand, like I just said, youth and beauty and stuff. In that regard, she wants to stay young forever. So yeah, that is all our characters, all 42 of them. Oh me, oh my. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if it's a little long. Any characters that I sorted in this, especially the ones that didn't get enough of an answer, tell me in the comments where you think they should go. Even the ones that got enough of an answer, tell me where you think they should go. I didn't do every villain from every Disney movie on this list, especially like the secondary antagonists. I just made the main ones. Tell me in the comments below where you think they should go, including Hades. Don't try and just be lazy and put him in Hades. Don't put Hades in Hades. Let's not do that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe. All that wonderful Jennifer. Last video right there. Subscribe beneath me. Playlist of all the swearing videos are right there. Also be in the link description below. And I'll see you guys next time on Rainbow Link. Bye. Spooky.